Hey, what's up, YouTube? You're with gothatfunk, and this is a video response to my friend LatumWay, who tagged me to do the 3-in-1 video. First to do a naked video, then to do a what's in my wallet, and a 5 facts about me. Now, I've done a naked video already, and I've also done a strippers video, which were on my gothatfunk channel, and I still have them on my channel, but I've privated them because my woman insists that all of this is hers now, and you people don't get any of it, not even a look. So I still have my shirt on. And oh, by the way, Jacob, as you can see, I'm wearing my Banksy t-shirt just because I'm making a video response to you, because I remember a few weeks back you did a tweet on Twitter saying, Banksy t-shirts, what's the point? And Jake, I find that Jacob, I find that really ironic, because this t-shirt, I'm going to have this for, 10, maybe 20 years, for sure. Whereas Banksy's graffiti is up for a couple of days and then it gets painted over and erased. So you might more appropriately ask, what's the point of doing the graffiti in the first place? At least when you put the artwork on posters and t-shirts and stuff, it's going to last for a while. People can understand the point of it. People who didn't happen to walk past it will be able to see it. So yeah, I think that's the point of Banksy t-shirts, Jacob. Anyway, I haven't given any thought to this video at all. I'm just going to spit out 5 facts about me off the top of my head. Let me just think. Okay, first of all, I don't know if you know this about me, Jacob, but I grew up in a town of less than 2,000 people on a farm in rural California. We raised our own beef and our own fruit and veg. It was not a commercial farm, okay? So yeah, I'm a country boy. Did you know that about me, Jacob? Yeah, I'm definitely a country boy, and I grew up in a really small town which seemed like it was a million miles from everywhere. Nothing exciting ever happened in my town. And that was pretty much the way it probably still is there, although I'm sure it's more than quadrupled in size by now. In fact, I think it's gone quite a lot further than that now. My county, Sonoma County in California, for a long time was one of the fastest growing counties in America, population-wise. So I'm not even sure what the population in my hometown is now, but it's probably pushing 20 grand, probably, maybe more. Anyway, right, so did you know that, Jacob? Country boy, farmer. It's true. Anyway, what else can I tell you? I am sterile. Yeah, it's true. I had a vasectomy back in 1993, which is about 2 years after my son was born. I've got a daughter who's the oldest, and my son who's now 20. And I got my vasectomy because I think overpopulation is a real concern in the world. And I didn't want to take any risks having more children than I think is responsible for someone in my income bracket and in my culture. I don't think in Western cultures big families are really necessary in the same kind of way they can be necessary in other parts of the world for reasons which are too deep to go into right now. So yeah, my kid's mom and I were prepared to have up to 3. We wanted at least 1 boy and 1 girl, and as it happened, we struck gold right off the bat and had a girl and then a boy, so we stopped. And yeah, I got my vasectomy in 1993, and then my kid's mother left me about 5 months later. When? Anyway, and fact number 3, when she left me, just before Christmas of 1993, I became a single parent, and for the most part, I raised both my kids myself. I did get married again in the year 2001 to a partner I had been with for some years before that, but we didn't live together before that. And my daughter didn't live with us for very long after that. She moved back in with her mother at the age of 12. So I had my son from the age of 2 till 20. And my daughter from the age of 3 until 12. And my kids and I are all real close. My daughter now lives in London working for an insurance company, and my son is currently unemployed in Cornwall looking for work. So yeah, that's fact number 3. I was a single parent. And during the 90s when the conservatives were still the government, I kind of felt like I had both barrels of the gun pointed at me because I was an immigrant on benefits, single parent. Bit frowned upon by not just conservatives, mind you, but certainly the conservatives used to make a lot of noise back in the 90s about single parents on benefit. So yeah. Anyway, what else can I tell you? That's 3 facts. When I was 19 years old, I had a little red Corvette. I owned that car for a total of 6 months. And I would have kept it forever, I suppose. But the problem was, at the age of 19, you would not believe how expensive it is to get car insurance for a Corvette. That was back in 1981, okay? And my insurance premiums back in 30 years ago were like $135 a month, which at the time was more than I was paying for rent on the flat I was living in. And I just couldn't sustain that kind of I was actually working to own a car is what it worked out to. And you know, you want to have more things to spend your money on than insurance that you're never going to use anyway, and blah blah blah. So yeah, but for sure that was my favorite car that I've ever had. And since I moved to the UK in 1989, I have not owned a vehicle at all. Yet in my life, I've owned a total of 17 vehicles. The vehicles I had when I was a teenager and in my early 20s were almost exclusively muscle cars. I had 3 different Chevy Malibus. I had a Corvette. I had a Camaro. As you can see, I'm a Chevy man. I also had a Pontiac Le Mans, which was fast as fuck. And those were really my hot rods. I've also had like a Jeep. In fact, I've had 2 Jeeps. And various other imported cars. But yeah, I was really into my cars when I was younger. I used to be almost as attracted to hot rods as I was to the women in my life. And probably spent equal amount of money on both too. Anyway, is that 4? I think that's 4 facts, isn't it? I think it's 4. Fact number 5, I have a really bad memory and can't even remember how many facts I've done in this video. My memory has always been bad. It is not just a result of excessive pot smoking, like most of you are probably thinking, or is that my paranoia kicking in? Anyway, but I don't smoke pot all the time. And, you know, I go through phases of smoking it off and on. I do really, really love smoking dope, though. I certainly do wish it was legal, and I object to prohibition on virtually every level. I can't find a justifiable reason why marijuana is illegal. And yeah, and I've done various different drugs over the years, but I'm really too old to partake in drugs to any significant degree. It kind of loses its fun as you get older, especially after you have kids, you know. But I'm a big fan of psychedelics. Once or twice every decade, I'll take some acid. I also have tried, I like salvia, I've tried DMT. I don't do magic mushrooms anymore because A, I'm too old really, and B, I did have a bad trip once on mushrooms, and that will put the fear into you. Having a bad trip when you're shrooming, or on acid I suppose, but I've never had a bad trip on acid. It's kind of like being awake during a nightmare. And of course the problem with that is you can't turn it off because you're already awake, so you can't snap out of it. And it's pretty much like being in hell, I would imagine. It's awful. So yeah, kids, don't do drugs. Anyway, that's my 5 facts, I think. Or it could be 4, and I could be missing one. I can't remember. I haven't smoked dope since the weekend, though, so you can't blame that. Anyway, Jacob, thank you for tagging me. And to all my viewers out there, thanks for watching this video. Until next time, may all your ups and downs be ups.